Geo-alphanumeric. I take one dot connected to another dot, connected to another dot with a line, dot, dot, line, and then I get a shape. The shape can be a number, it can be a letter in the alphabet. These letters can be found in words. Words can have definition, dot, dot, line, and then I get a shape. The shape can be a number, it can be a letter in the alphabet. These letters can be found in words. Words can have definition, dot, dot, line, and then I get a shape.
Oh no, not that. That has to be shut. Oh no, not that. That has to be shut. Oh no, not that. That has to be shut. I'm just trying to find out where this is coming from, you know? Oh, I didn't want to get rid of that one. I'm just trying to find out where this is coming from, you know? Oh, I didn't want to get rid of that one. I'm just trying to find out where this is coming from, you know? This is very annoying. Oh, I didn't want to get rid of that one. I'm just trying to find out where this is coming from, you know? This is very annoying. Oh, I didn't want to get rid of that one. This is very annoying. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm going to figure this out. This is terrible. Where is this coming from? Oh, I think I found it. Wow. Let me get rid of this for sure. Let me get rid of this and let me X this page out over here. Move this here. Okay. Whoa, that was just ugly. I don't even know where I was going to begin. I really don't. Universal language versus geo-alphanumeric. Where do I want to go? Why do I want to go there? What is going to catch your attention? If you are more visual, I would have to design it. I really don't have anything on tap. With that noise and the preparation, it almost like emptied my head. So please, before we begin, and I see there are two people here. If you have a subject, something in numbers, a word you want to go over, see where we can take that word. Or if you want to try and understand what 10 can be or is. What 10 can be or is. Why do we work with more than one cube? What gives me the reason? Everything I do with reason because it's happening somewhere else. So I give it more form. I give forms. If you give me a word, I will give form to that word. And if I knew a little bit more about the planet, or you work in a group so you can bounce things off, because we can go to number 4. You mean the last moon of the year? You see, the first moon of the year is number 1. The last moon of the year is number 4. It's the DC moon. It's the quarter moon, the last moon of the year. And it all depends. Which way is the year? Is it backwards or forwards? Why is the last moon of the year number 4? Because it is the 13th moon. 1 plus 3 equals 2, 4. We are God's children. Why should it not be this easy? You tell me, if we are God's children, would we make it a big quiz for life to make it so hard that only the intelligent will be able to figure this out? And when I use the word intelligent, listen to the word ELL. Remember, just remember those combinations of letters. There's something about it. This is the third or fourth time that I have seen it. I know the base for L means the 12. In French, you go EL, and if you attach a second L to it, first of all, it's in the center of the word. It's now automatically looking like 1 and 1 or 11. So it's a separation face to face. There's a passage because there's one of each. Even if the word doesn't repeat, there's a gap between it. But I don't want to go there. I don't want to lose my thought, which I already lost, of course. 626. Trying to think where I was. I'm going to look what I was talking about. Because there's one of each, even if the word means the 12. In French, you go E. Okay. What I was talking about is January, you start off with the first moon. December comes into the 13th moon. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. Now, when you create a plus sign, okay, you have obligations. Wherever you put that pen, there's got to be an obligation of what you could and what you can't do, the obligations of what you logically can actually do with great precision. And that is to join corners or to draw a line over a line, or thinking of a line as a separation and walking in between the bricks. Do you know how bricks are laid? Well, if bricks were laid, there'd be more bricks. How many more bricks are there if a brick gets laid? I don't know. You'd be laying bricks all day. Apparently, laying bricks all day is usually, they say, when you go to the washroom, you're going to lay a brick. So that is number 2. So you're creating alter worlds. And it's earth. Because usually it's in the brownish color. And it's got all the ingredients and the recipe of everything you ate prior to the extrusion, laying the bricks. And then, sweet Mary Jane, we take out the cotton swab and we check the ingredients of what you've been laying inside of your trap. So let's get on to the 13th moon. So what happens is we have 44 inside the year. We have 44. ABC gets retired when April 1st arrives as its polarity to January, February, March. In reality, now it seems a little upside down, all this stuff. I think we should start the year. Okay, if we were going to go, I think we're going to have to go really by the Hebrew calendar, right? But if we were to start the year, we would go backwards. We would go December, November 17th for Valentine's Day, 11th month, 1 and 1 is 2, 17, bring on the queen, 1 and 7 equals to 8, bring on the heaven, 1 times 7 equals to 7, bring on the gateway, 7 and 8, G and H, bring on the gateway to the heaven to the other side of F, where you and the spirit come alive. You being in the second world, laying bricks. You being 21st. It is the first time that we have finished time heaven. Time heaven is now complete. We go 21st, 2nd, and 3rd. And once we get to 24th until 29th, it is time heaven. The total is for the angels. 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. 9 and 4, 13. 8 and 5, 13. 7 and 6, 13. 39. Let them angels in. Bring in the minions. Bring in the minions. A, B, C, D. 13, 13, 13. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 7. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 7. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 7. And how will we get them in? Well, let's multiply them. 7 times 7 times 7, 343. CDC. Back to CDC again, the same way it began. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. We multiply them. We get 343. CDC. So we're bringing in the spirit angels. We have January. We have the 14th of February. We have the 1st of April. 1st, 2nd, 4th, and then we have December, which is the 13th month. This is how it all began. So we also spoke about where do we get the 13s? From 4 to 4. So when you go from 4 all the way to 9, it equals to 39. We have retired ABC equals to 45. So when this number comes up and we go joining 4 and 9, 5 and 8, 7 and 6, we have brought together our 13s and we create 39, our little angels. The multiplication and the addition create this scenario over here, which they will now equal to 7, 7, and 7. When we multiply these 7 by 7 by 7, it equals to a total of 343. G, G, G. But please note that the minute you put a multiplication sign, this is also the value of this as well as this. 25% is 1/4 of what an X does to an area square, giving that area square a value of 35 and 1. The reason for this understanding is, number one, bowling. It's a full frame, it's one chip, it's one shot, it's one strike. It is broken up into 4 parts. It's a total of 10 as the X value, 2.5 times 4, meaning 1/4, because you broke the area up into quarters. Over here. It's 35 to 1, because if you go to the roulette wheel and you place a bet right onto the number, you get 35 plus the 1 chip. So if you put 4 chips, you will get 140.0, and you will also get 4 chips, leaving you at 144.0, or 12 times 12, or 1,440 minutes in a day, noting that I multiplied it by 4 because I had to put an X inside of it because of the multiplication, saying I'm worth value 1/4, multiply me by 4 to make me whole, bringing 1,440 minutes to 777. And remember, this is only the first part of formation. And one of the reasons for that is because there are 13 moons. We have a 3 times 4 cycle and a 4 by 3 cycle. This will be 4 months, okay, times 3 in a year. This will be 3 months times 4 in a year. How many times they happen and how many months? How the cycles are. In one of the months, it's going to run at 120. In the other 3 of the months, we're going to run at 90. And the reason for that is there are 4. So we have to go 4 times 90 to equal 360. And then in this one over here, it's 3 times 120 to equal 360. And understand, that's only 1/4. We have to multiply this by 4 because it's 1,440 minutes to understand what a cell is. The 24-hour house day cell. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is what divides 6 and 8. That is the cell we live in between the 7th gate. We're inside the 7th gate. I don't want to bring it in that way. I don't want to talk about that. And the 7th gate can be 2 3.5s. I don't know. they're going to be a continuation into this, where what we're going to do now is 7 plus 7 plus 7. Now, the thing with this is the plus sign shows you a multiple. You see that? You got 4 whole areas, in which in the other one, you created the 4 whole areas into quarters. So if they all got an X, you would have 16. You'd have 4, 4, 4, and 4. You'd have 16 cut up areas. At the same time, you got whole areas. But what happens is there's a, look at that, one straight line that goes all the way through over here. What do I do with that? I don't know. What do I call it? But we're going to leave it alone. We're going to just leave it alone. We pull on 16 and we stand on 17 when this is to be noted as ace, 11, and 6. Creation and 6. The gateway to its one life creation. Where do I get this from? Because 1 times 1 equals to 1. 1 plus 1 equals to 2. And that's how this becomes 3 and 6. And that is the creation. If I move it over, it'll become 6 and 3. And if I move it over again, it'll be 3 and 6. That's all it'll ever be. And inside of it, it'll always be 9. This calculation is the 7th gate. 7 times 7, 7 plus 7 equals to 14 equals to 49. The total of these two, okay, equals to 63. Did I get that right? 5 and 4. Did I get that right? 7 plus 7 is 14. 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, so yes, there's a transformation in here at the same time. Let me show you what the gateway 7 does. And the only way it can do this, okay, or not the only way it can do it, but it's shown to us on this cube. All my answers and all my understandings come out by just reading the cube, what it's actually telling us, the stories inside the cube, right? So, so we always have to contend with creation as this because 1 and 2 come together. After that, you have, what can you say, mirrored or altered? But anyways, what we get here, okay, is 7 times 7, 7 plus 7 is 49 and 14 equaling to, here's my 63. It doesn't matter which way it was created. They will recreate the letters I and R, which will create number 27. 3 times 6, 18. 3 plus 6, 9. So what we do, we have Venus's little girl angels coming from the planet of Pluto. They recreate number 27, win big. 2 by 2, we go. 14 and 09, and we'd have to watch out that we have a connection to the 7th gate, because here is your 7 and 7, and through this equation that this created is back to your same numeric value. So what we're going to do is I want to stop, instead of doing the addition between these two and going to my final number, I want to do the addition of the 14 and the 49. They're individualized. You see, in the 14, it was fabricated from the 4 worlds because it's a plus sign. And from the 49, it's showing you they are the quarter worlds because it's an X, and the X will break up the center box. But at the same time as that, you have to understand that I'm still trying to understand that once you create the larger X on Earth, only the center is valued at 1/4, but all the rest is 1/2, meaning this center, as you can see over here, and then you can see over here and here, and everybody shares a common part of each other by joining into the center. I'm not sure if I can actually create that. And then we might be able to, in this, I cannot create a center pole. I cannot create a center pole because there are only 9. If I did create a center pole, and the pole that I could create is I can create a pole this way. The only pole on this can be this way. And the reason for that is there's a complete box here. I can't draw in the center of the box. Those are one of the rules. You draw on the lines, from corner to corner or on the lines. If Moses was a builder and Jesus was a carpenter and Noah built the ark, and all those who built and traveled over and underwater are those who lead me to where I am today. Understanding television, Bam Bam created pebbles from stone. BPS. Today we run on plastic tires. So anyways, I just want to jump off where, oh yes, I was over here. Okay, so what happens is this edition of 21, okay, which is in the stand world, stand first and second, we're in the stand world, equals to 21 plus 343 is 364, and that seventh gate produces 13 moons. 28, M13, A01, N14 equals to 28. And you cannot become a man until your 13 years are done. On the 13th moon, we become a man to the 28th cycle, to where it's 777 till the solstice comes out, to where 7777777 create your 364 for your 13 moons. All we're missing is 51 for Mars and 52 for Earth. And there are 3 moons that fit into this cycle, as Mars has 2 moons and Earth has 1 moon, and Mercury and Venus are along for the ride, the first and the second planet, possibly the controllers of the moons. Total is 103. And the word for 103 as 13, as 10 and 3, 10 and 3, the blue ball and the red ball, 10 and 3, 163. Where does 163 come up? Oh my God, let me see. Where does 163 come up? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 1, 3, 6, 1, 6, 3, 1, 9, 9. Okay, there it is. Where am I? Where am I? Let me see. Let me see. Where was that number? Hold on a second. I'm looking for where's that number? Mercury. Where does that 6 come up? Okay, 163. 163. 163 right here. DEF under the Federation. Right in polarity. 4, 5, and 6. That 5 shows up. That 5 shows up to the EIO world. What is this? This is very simple. This is children's school. All I did was add up all the numbers in a row, and I recounted them to a single digit. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. See, when I got to 9, it repeated the 8th, and the letters looked the same. And Jupiter comes in the heavens of I, the birth into the gateway, in the half world and the E world of 10. We should start the year on, let's say, December 31st. We run it backwards, okay, into October, September. And one of the reasons we run it backwards, we run from December, November, October, September, August, July, June, May, April, March, February, and January. I run it backwards. So we run 31, we run 30, we run 31. Now here's 3 months gone, there's 9 months to go. But do I want to go back through all the 9 months? Because the Hebrew New Year, okay, which is, let's say Yom Kippur or Rosh Hashanah, And the reason I'm using their calendar is because their moon cycle and their day cycle for the 19-year cycle are perfect. So since their 19 reversal cycle is perfect, like in 19 years from now, today will be today again, but 19 years later. So we back up 3 months. The reason we back up 3 months is because ABC has now been reversed to LKJ. And then after that, we're going to go IHG. And then after IHG, we're going to go FEDCBA. 3, 6, 9, 12. Because A was eliminated from being first. Instead of being A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. And there's a formation. There's formations in this. Across, there's formations this way for counting, this way for counting. There's all kinds of things. We're not going to get into that right now. But anyways, I'm seeing this going backwards where Valentine's is November 17th, if I get that right. Take off 14 days. There's 31 days here and 14 days here. So the 14th day would be the 17th, 30th, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. November 17. And in November, that is the month of creation. And this is the gateway. Okay. Gateway of Mars, 0708. These will change. They will not remain as so. It will be 67 and 68 because that's how it begins. It begins with 17, but it's actually 67. It is the polarity of what it is. 1 polarizes with 6. Everything polarizes at 3.5, by the way. The center of this cube is 3.5. 3.5 controls 6. 3.5 controls 6. Turning, turning, turning. How the center of Rubik's Cube works. It has 6 center dots that it's directly connected to. And its extended arm is connected to the faces. Understanding Rubik's Cube, I'm not going to get into it right now. One of the reasons I always use 0 for 6, 0 is over here. But the heaven is connected 6 and 6. So 3 is the creation, right? But there's 2 worlds. 1 is the same in all because it doesn't matter which way you turn it, it's good in all, where you have two actually there's 3 ways for this. This is the 3rd way. There's this way, right? You might see it, look, you might see it like this, right? But there's this way and there's this way, right? So if it's 1/4 right, 1/4 left, okay, from the center. Is it 1/4? 1/4. But what if you went 1/2 of 1/4? If you went 1/2 of 1/4, you would do this. This is when you bring 369. This is when you bring 159 A, E, and I onto the cross when it's this way. And I don't have the design here. I don't have all the stories. Sometimes I remember what to say. But what happens with this is everything gets halved when this happens over here. This becomes 2. This becomes 4. This becomes 8. This becomes 6. So we would be looking at 2, 4, 6, 8. Then we'd be looking at, let's say, 2, 4, 6, 8. And 2, 4, 6, 8. Whoop. And 2, 4, 6, 8. The thing is, The dice cube is like that. The dice cube is like that. So once the 1, 3, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, that is combined with 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 is combined with 1, just trying to think, the 2, 4, 6, 8 is combined with 1, 3, 7, 9, okay, is taken over the position of 2, 4, 6, 8. That means, let's say this was 2 over here, this is 4 here, this is 6 here, this is 8 here, and this is 4 over here. So now when I turn this, okay, this is going to be 1 over here, 3 over here, hold on a second, let me see. 1 over here, 3 over here, 9 over here, 9 over here, and 7 over here. So over here I have Jesus in high creation. The reversal of this and this is 10, 10. The reversal of this and this is 6 and 7, 13, and 4 and 3, 7. If I went over to see if there's an instrument in which I can create the same thing, it's right here, in which this connects to the Mayan calendar. Now that connects to the Mayan calendar. Some of you may already know. But what we're going to do is I'm going to make it very quick on the give me a second. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect these. And I'm going to connect, here's number 7, and here's number 6. Here's 7, here's 6. So I'm going to connect it here. 1 to here, only the corners. When you're building, you don't put it in the middle. You put it on the side, right? So we're going to connect here, and then we're going to go, and we're going to connect it over here. So now we connected 7 and 6. Now we're going to go right through. Boom. There we go, right? Now what I want to do, 7 and 6 is 13. I need to create 4 and 3. So this is number 4, and this is number 3. So I got to go from this corner to this corner here, from this corner to this corner here, and I'll connect those. And then I'll just bring in the heavy artillery. Let's bring in the heavy artillery. All right. So as I went to create this, okay, if you notice, you see these 2 diamonds here, right? These are what I call the delta angles. I'm not sure which way, if they're going to come down and meet. Okay, anyways, I'm not going to put those on yet. But what happens is you see the 3 here corner, the 3 here corner, 3 here corner. This is... So it's going right through there. That's what it does. This design is made up of 7 and 13 equals to 20. And there's this most amazing game. I have to find this. I hope I didn't erase it or anything. Just give me a second. Oh my God, right here. This game over here. This game over here. I'm going to share this thing because this is a mind-boggling. Hold on a second. I have to enter this. I thought I did that. And then I just want to, I don't know why I'm putting this out there, but this is the Mayan like calendar, and it's got numbers on it and stuff. And I'm going to be looking at it. If you want, you can go look at it. And you have to know that the Mayan have their special way of counting, and there's one part of it in their calendar that's only divisible by 3. Only divisible by 3. So then I might go off on a rant and start talking about 3-letter words. And this is what started me on the 13th moon, in which I'm going to get back to that for 1 second because I jumped off of it. And what happens is that in April, it's the 4th month, right? I think in April, we're into the 4th moon. And in December, it becomes the 13th moon. Although December, okay, if you want to go to months, comes into March. So we have March and December as 3 and 3. So you're counting, when you start over again, your 9 that you're going to count is from the 3rd month, right? You start in March. Now, are you starting after March or is it all of March? Well, we're going to use all of March, right? Use all of March. So should we end at the beginning of December? Because it's another 3. If we begin at 3, we have to end at 2. Right? Because it's 2.9. I say 2, it's 2.9, because that's all of 2. If I say 3, I say 2.9. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try and think of something. Yes, this is March. And this is December, and that would be 33. And then when April comes in, okay, it becomes, actually, it's the end of March, I think, is the 28th day January, 28th day February, 28th day March. No, the 4th moon comes in April, if I get that right. But or is it the end of March? Anyways, I'm going to do this thing on what March and December are. They're 33. This is a complete 10. So if I start with March and I end with December, March disappears, December takes over for March. Before I was talking about, I'm a little mixed up, or I need to get a drink, about counting backwards the year. So on about January 5th, okay, would be about Christmas. And January 5th is a representation of Mars' creation. It'd be 15, 65, 41, 54, 29. The last number is 29. I should have oh. That's what it is. 62592. 62592. That's the basic Christmas creation. Boy, so where were we? What were we talking about? We were talking about 67 and 68. If I back you up, will you remember? I was talking that when November Valentine's Day comes in, and I said 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. And I gave all zeros a value of 6 because although it's 2 heavens, you only have 1 life. So instead of saying 8, we say 6. And another way for this is, let's say I think it's this way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What was once together or apart, which was once 44, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. $44. Where does 44 come from? Do you want to get into that? Oh, we were talking about this, but I need a drink. I need a drink. Sometimes I like if somebody comes in, asks me something, do something. Right now, I'm just off the top of my head because there's just so much in there. I think everything has to be counted down backwards and not counting up. Don't start from one, but start from somehow somewhere else, something else for some other reason. Even though we count up for building, we might be, what are we doing with numbers? Anyways, doesn't matter for now. I'm very thirsty. Just want to take a check, see if I got any messages, because it's tonight. I'm going to be there in 1 minute. No, I think not. Give me 1 minute. We will begin in about a minute. Trying to just get comfortable. Okay, interrupt. Let's go. Okay. Okay, so where was I? Trying to figure out where I was. Wow, everybody left, eh? Okay, so I'm alone here, so that's okay. We are going to go back to this piece where the cube turned. What happens is, according to the calculator, the dice cube, the keyboard, the ATM, your telephone, we're not working in line now. You see, in line tells me that this is one formation. Through this one formation, I can give you any number you want, because you don't know anything more than anything other than all these numbers. But instead of presenting you all these numbers, I'll just give you the letter M. I'll go 99M. M is valued Roman numerals 1,000. That'll be 99,000. I can say 92M. M squared to 99. So anyways, there's a lot of... So anyways, we're going to take this. So 1379 to the corners. I take it and I turn it like this. And I'm going to create a better one over here. Right? You see that? 10. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, polarity. A, B, C, polarity. A. The center of this is 5. It's 1, and in between is 2, 3, 4, and it's 5. And in between is 6, 7, and 8. In order to create what is known as what I call the Galactica, skin, the Galactica stitch, the fabric of space. The fabric of space, geometry, numbers. This is what creates that. And from that, we can go into that. Let's see if I can get the big spindle. You see that big spindle in the center? See that big spindle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10. Remember, there are 10. That will give full rotation. There are 10 days, 20 months. There are 10 days. I forget exactly how their calendar works. 13 times 20. You see, there's 420, and there's 420, and there's 420. The next 20 of any kind, knowing that this is 12 and this is 60, to create your 720, your half day. Your next one will take you onto the other side of its first part creation of 420. I do not know what this exactly means, but the other answer to this is this. This is the divided house. And 1 and 3 is 4 and 2. So it becomes 4 and 2. And that's what you got. 4 and 2, 4 and 2. 13 by 20 is 4 and 2 and 4 and 2. But at the same time, I don't know why I went into this. It's the fabric of space. I don't want to get into that. I don't have a conform answer. One of the reasons I did it this way is because this in French is how to say 420. In order to say this, the answer is 80. So I'll have 80, 80, and 80 equals to 240 instead of 12 times 60 equaling to 720. Do you see what's going on? I added this up. I added this up. I get 720. But each one in French is noted to be 80, giving me 24. I do not know what it is. I just know there's a 1/3 configuration difference. I need to understand what that is. We'll leave that for a further time. What I'm talking when I talk about the fabric of space is what are you talking about if you talk about the fabric of space? You see, I have a pair of pants, right? And on these pants, I'm going to write something or sew something. So these pair of pants will be the original pair of pants, but there's something sewn on it. And that's what they'll look like. That's what I believe happened to us and is happening to us. They have the original, who we are, but they're just adding to us. But they can never take away the spirit of us or in us. They can never take it away from us, our creation. I also wanted to speak about this number 13 that we spoke about, the 13th moon. We can also do this for the 13th month, right? But we're doing it for the 13th moon. And 7 times 13 equals to 91, plus 20 equals to 111. 7 and 13 is the configuration of how I understand is the Mayans counting. And first, if you take a look, how do they count to 20? They get to 10 with 2 bars, so it's 24 bars, but we'll get into that another day. Let's take this one. Hold on a second, it went away. Let's take that one. How do I get there? Okay, let's take a look what we got. We've got 1. You know what? Maybe we can put the picture up somewhere else. Can I get something better than this one? Hold on a second. Let me see. Boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Maybe we should use that one. Copy image. Go over here and go paste. And we've got the image right there. Okay, great. Let me see. Okay, now I got to see where my camera's pointing. Okay, so let's get this a little bit more in the open. Let's get that more in the open. And let's go and see if we can design a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to take a big line over here, and we are going to go like that. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That is the TH heaven, time heaven. This thing over here takes a total up of 13. Can I get a better picture than this? Let me move this over. Let me move this over. Let me see in this. Okay, yeah, here, somewhere in here. I need to see the exact Mayan Solzit, Mayan calendar. Can I use this one? Maybe this one would be okay. I don't know. There's so many of them. I'm not sure which one to go with, you know. I'm just learning. Let me see what it does here. Copy image. Maybe I can paste it. Paste. Okay. Let me see what it does here. No, I can't read it. I can't read it. February, March. See the 7th month? See that? The 7th month is Tishrei. But I thought the first month was Tishrei because this is the new year. So I get a little mixed up with Tishrei. You know, I really, really do. See, this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th one is Adar. So Nisan, why is Nisan? What does it say? Something Passover feast. So Passover feast is the first month. I always thought the new year was Tishrei. I have to understand. You see that gateway? I'm not sure if you can see this, right? But the 17 is your gateway, right? Your 17 is your gateway. You've put 6 and 1 together. You've put 5 and 2 together. You've put 4 and 3 together. Now what you're going to go and do, I'm just going to take a look at this for a second. There are 12 here. Okay, so we're going to have to go, where does the second line, 1, 2, 3 disappears? We're going to start on 4. So we're going to connect 4 and 9, 13. I can't do 5 and 8, 13. It doesn't work. So let me, 5 and 8, 13, 6 and 7, 13, 10 and 3, 13, 2 and 11, 13, 1 and 12, 13, and all we're left with is 13. So we're going to take 13 and we're going to draw a line all the way through number 7 and 6 because that's what the divider is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a circle and I'm going to put around it because that's what you're telling me to do. Let's put a circle around it. I could have did something different. I could have put maybe the honeycomb to it. But that's how they've just broken this up. And you can see now the star is now behind the grid. So that's how they've made their first basic match. So we're going to take that off. Whoop. Let me see if I can go back and let me see what else whoop, oh, disappeared. What else can we do? We can connect the first month of January. Whoop, I don't want that. Whoop, I want that. So I can go ahead and connect I can connect the first month, January, with the 6th month to create a 7. And I can create the 5th month with the 2nd month. Hold on, that's not January. No, wrong spot, sorry. We're going to go the 1st month with the 6th month, the 2nd month with the 5th month, the 3rd month with the 4th month. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the 9th month, connect it to the 4th month, and we're going to take the 3rd month and connect it to the 10th month over here. That way we have 13, 13. Now we're going to take the 8th month, connect it to the 5th month. We're going to take the 6th month. Now watch what happens. You see, this is the first time this is going to happen right here. You see, we connected our gateway 1 and 6, but now when I run connecting 6 over to 7, as so, and then 2 over to 11, creating 13. This is the same thing I had before. 1 over to 12. You see, the king is the 13. The king is the 13. Not only does it split 7 and 6. 7 and 6 is created by 1 times 6 equals to itself 6. 1 plus 6 equaling into the 7th gate. And after that, 7 and 8, when they are combined together, okay, 7 and 8 equals to 15. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. It is the gateway to your birth. Number 19 comes together over here. 19, 21, 23. Creation. 19, 21, 23. So if this is like this, like almost in a Christmas tree effect, if 7 and 8, 15 come together, should I be connecting 5 with 1 now? Or should I connect as I did there? If 6 connects to 7, can I connect 6 to 5? That's one of my questions. Or just leave this design the way it is. What else is missing from this design? Okay, so 9 and 4. So this connection is my 13 connection. Remember I was speaking before about 13 and all the angels and the gateway to the moon? That's my 13 connection. And all these connections I pick up are from games, right? All from games. What else gets connected in here? You see, once you have, what happens is when we finish with 10, 11, and 12, we started with 1, 2, 3. So when we finish at 10, we reflect 1 inside of 0. When we finish with 11, okay, we reflect 2. 1 and 1, 2 and 2. 2 and 2 are identical. 2 is in creation. It shows it itself. It doesn't even have to go anywhere. You see, I had to slide it up here for 10 to meet 1. But with 11, it just goes 1 and 1 is 2. With 9, okay, there are none with 9. And 9 goes into 1, 2, 3, 4. So anyways, Tishrei, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 7 and 8. So the gateway, which comes into creation through the half-life, will equal to 7 and 8, 15, and equate to the same numeric as the half-life. Follow the story. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals to 6 and 7. 7 and 8 are 15. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. Since it is 1 and 6 that created the gateway to 7, then the 7 and 8 together will equal back to the 6. And the polarity is 6 and 8. Those are the polarities, and this is where the gate splits. On which side? To becometh of the solids and the stripes. There are other things that you can do for sure on this. I haven't set out to do it. I'm not looking to put any time in it right now. Let's see where we were. Yes, I remember where we were for those who have been here and who are not here right now. I think I'm going to finish with this piece here. I drew right underneath it. And this is where you turn the dice this way. But don't forget there's area space. So here and here and here and here. So if I would draw the 4 corners, those are my 4 corners. This is over here. Here's on the cross. You see this cross here? Protecting the center. In order to protect the center, one of the greatest walls is there, 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 and there. 2, 4, 6, 8 is who you appreciate, because the corners is only what get in between, because it is common that, and based on this cube, that you will either do this. You can also do this if you want. It works out too. Or you would do it the other way. And don't forget, when you do it this way, all these cubes become half and quarters. I don't know if you can see it, but everything becomes halves and quarters. Do I have an adjustment here? You see this? They all became quarters. It took 4 to create 1 in this design. So 4 to 1. And 1 and 8, because this is the center. You see the area, this area. How can I do this? I'm not running big enough. This has to be bigger in order to create it properly. See, this is a single Mars design, because a single line can go through it. So I'm going to do it. Okay, so the difference between this is I can fit Mars and Earth. Not only can I split it down the center, okay, but the fine line is where it's going to be shared. In alternative boxes. Not only did I get 3 splits, 1, 2, 3, 4, I also got 1 part of this box, and I get 1 part of this box. Now, if I can see this properly, can I do this? I just want to make that differentiation to show you that once you thought you were looking, like once you see you're looking flat down, right? Once you throw that in, you can see right away there's an extra dimension in there. And if I split it up properly, all right, it would look even deeper. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. I was just trying to show you what happens here. So now what happens is here and here and here and here is where your 2, 4, 6, and 8 positions used to be. Your 2, 4, 6, 8 positions over here, they moved into your what would be like your 1, 5, 3, 7, 9, but not quite, right? This is the 4 position. I cannot possibly move this. You follow? What happens when this turns up into the corner? You see where my dice cube is right over here? Here's where my cube is. And let's say, let me see. Okay, we're going to put the dot right over here, right? Now what's going to happen is I'm going to see if I'm doing this correctly. See, my 2 position would now be a movable half space when it goes onto this angle. See, this wasn't done exactly to specs like the casino ones were, but anyways, it's okay. So what would happen? I'm going to have to make a decision now. I'm going to have to make a decision. Do I put 1, 4, 1, 1, 3, 7, 9? So I'm going to go 1, 3, 7, 9. And then what I'm going to do is what position it was in. It was in position 2, 6, 8, 4. I do not really know what it's trying to tell me. I see Pluto over here. I see the birth and the gateway, the creation. And remember what happens to where 36, what happens with 36, right? 36 is your 1/4. 36 is that. It's made in 2 ways. 3 times 120 in creation of 4 times 90 for 360. Times 3 plus 1 equals to 1440. Times 3 plus 1 equals to 1440. What is this? How many cycles you have to run of the same thing, because it's the quarter life. That's what that creates. Oh boy, I hope I didn't lose myself in this. 7 times 7 equals to 49. 7 plus 7 equals to 14. The total, okay, is 54. The total is 63. Sorry, did that wrong. The total plus 14 equals to 63. Now, 49 equals to 14 equals to 5. 1 and 4 equals to 5. Corrections, corrections, corrections equals to 4. So we have 5 and 4. Oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Okay, 7 times 7 is 49. 1 plus 4 is 5. 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 49 is 63. 63 or 36, irrelevant. The reverse cube of 63 is 14 for 77. The 7 plus 7 is 14. 1 plus 4 equals to 5. Add it up to a single digit. You get 13 men equaling to 4, which is the king of the castle, according to the 13 and 7 Mayan count, which is the created from 13 and 7 of the Mayan count. Right over here is the design, and it shows you what's happening. And there's also a word for this angle in French. I think it's accent grave or accent aigu, one of the two. So your 63 is part of your creation inside of 9, inside of Jupiter, Venus, Pluto, creation of the half-life, 1 and 6. And that there's a design for this right over here. There's a design for this right over here. You see 8 in the one area and 8 in the one area, one straight line. Here's the 0 area. And when you take the 0 area, please take note and into account that running it down these squares, okay, I am taking up box 1, all of it, and half of box 2, in which when it comes to box 3, I miss box 3. So I get part of a box 2, I get 3 and 4. That is my beginning. Box number 1 is the heart of both areas. They both get to play it. And it doesn't enter into any area until it reaches over here, 3, 3, 3. This is the beginning of the connection. Here is a division between 44. It shows a division between the passage of 2 and 3. Between the passage of 2 and 3. Okay, but when does the full cube come in? The full cube comes in at 3, 3, 3, and you're in total position, okay, underneath, okay, of where you see the way it splits over here between 4 and 4. It splits that 3 right in half, 33 of creation. And then over here is another box. You see the way it goes in between the boxes? This goes, it splits a box, and here it goes in between. When it splits a box, that is 35 to 1. When it goes in between a box, that is 8 to 1. That is a heaven. Why? And I get these rules from the game of roulette, telling me what happens on top of my lines according to numbers. But when it's 8 to 1, you get the one spirit hook for your birth. So it's 8 and 1, the H and I, created by 8 times 1, 8 plus 1, equaling to 8 and 9, which is the reversal of creation of AB. So here inside this, 6 and 1 and 6 and 1, which is your 19, if you want to flip up 61 to church, if you want to flip down 13 times 7 equals to 91, same thing as 61. How is 61 created? I do not remember, but you can see in the heart of 61 is a split between 3 and 4, the polarity at 3.5, and a split at 3.5 and 3.5, 77. And I'm going to pick up a dice, and if you'd like to know what is the inside area center to all 6 sides, it is 3.5. That is the meeting point. 3.5 is the meeting point. So the center equals to 105 JE IAM. I don't know why. 1 through 13 equaling to 91. 91 equaling to 19 crisscross to 37 crisscross to 28 crisscross to 46 crisscross, equaling to 40 and 5. In 5 comes 1, comes all or none. I'm getting a little thirsty again. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to see if anybody's really on. If nobody's on, I'm going to stop the video and come back another time. I'm a little tired right now. I'm just going to go down to Odyssey and see what's going on here in Odyssey. Let me see what's going on here in Odyssey. I don't know. Where am I supposed to go? Choose a replay? Is there something? How do I know if a live stream maybe? No. No. I don't know. I would have no idea. I would have no idea how to go to Odyssey and see if I'm actually, I don't know. Okay, Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Peace and love. I'll be back.